6:49, your top headlines for Wednesday in our Smart Start. That breaking story here in Northeast Rochester. A shooting leaves a man with life-threatening injuries.
Yes, it's on Northeast Rochester. That's seen at Rialto near Hollenbeck Street. Aaron Spitzer live with the latest update from RPD Major Crimes that says this is an address they're familiar with. Aaron.
Yeah, so firstly, the police presence here has dwindled and the street has opened back up. Aside from the homes behind me, which one of them is the actual home of the incident and the other one is just the home adjacent, we do have it confirmed from Captain Frank Umbrino, head of Major Crimes, that this is the same address as the double homicide which happened a couple months back in May, but he does not believe that the two are connected. The victim, though, does not actually live on the street. The call came in just after midnight. The victim, 26 years old, was rushed to the hospital, so police didn't even have a chance to talk to him yet. He's in life-threatening condition. No word yet on possible suspect and who police are looking for. There was a tow truck here before. One of the cars taken was that of the victim. The other one is not necessarily of a suspect, but they're not sure whose that is, so they took it in for investigation, Umbrino told us. Currently, RPD Major Crimes is still investigating the matter, and they will make information available as it becomes available. We will, of course, update you on air and on our website, rochesterfirst.com. Reporting from Rochester, Aaron Spitzer, News 8.
All right, Aaron, thank you again. Just the address at this point being the connection between those shootings. You can read the full interview and story we have right now from Major Crimes, all the latest on that overnight shooting at rochesterfirst.com. We've got updates on two people arrested after police say they took off in a stolen car and nearly ran into an officer here in Rochester.
It all started around 8:30 last night, where we're told officers responded to a call on Lyle Avenue. Now, as police say, the owner of a stolen car had actually spotted their own vehicle in that area with the suspect still inside. RPD says they sped away from approaching officers, nearly hitting one of them. The driver then hit a parked patrol car, causing some minor damage, then took off again. Police say the pair inside crashed at the corner of Lyle and Myrtle Street before the driver ran from the car. A 25-year-old man and a 19-year-old woman both arrested. Charges are pending. Now, the trial date has been set for that former Deputy Greasetown Supervisor, Michelle Marini.
That'll be coming up in the new year. Tuesday, she stood before a judge for the first time since being hit with multiple felony charges, and she pleaded not guilty. Last week, the Monroe County District Attorney's Office announced the indictment from the grand jury for Marini, charged with corruption of the government, grand larceny, and misconduct. Prosecutors say the charges stem from her involvement with the development and construction of the community and senior center in town. Her trial is scheduled for January.
Rochester City School District has a new leader at the helm, with the interim superintendent, Demario Strickland, officially moving into that position this week.
This is day 3. News 8 sat down with him yesterday to talk about his plans moving forward and some initiatives in the works. Strickland says it's very important to make sure education stays at the forefront of district planning and that every dollar spent is on students. He shares efforts underway to keep kids busy and out of crime, with summer now arriving here on their break. The district has partnerships with the city to help get these kids employed. And there's also a program for rising 10th and 11th graders. It's new, called Chip Camp.
I'm thinking about our partnership with Rochester Institute for Technology, and they were able to fund a CHIP program through Micron. So we're going to have some students staying over at the RIT campus, getting the student-like experiences, getting into the dining hall, of course, being able to learn about the foundational aspects of, manufacturing.
Strickland adds there's also a program in partnership with St. John Fisher allowing rising 9th graders to get an opportunity to earn some credit for 9th grade education. Sunrise traffic here at 6:53, 104 coming in from Webster, Ontario, and Williamson, all clear throughout that stretch. 590 southbound, good to the split with 490, and on the west side coming in from Gates Chili, everything green on our map getting into downtown.
Well, we know with tomorrow being the 4th of July and some of those celebrations already starting, that means with a lot of fireworks.
Yes, for some people it's annoying. People using the fireworks, it's fun. But with our veterans, fireworks can act like a trigger, taking them back to war in their combat days. Horace Everett served as a Marine from 87 to 92. He tells us he's still on a path to healing with different therapies and leaning heavily into his religious beliefs as he struggled with symptoms of PTSD. Everett says fireworks can sound like bombs and gunfire, which can can be alarming, but he doesn't want people to get the wrong idea as he's sharing his story. He wants you to go out, celebrate, enjoy the holiday. In fact, the director of Monroe County Veteran Services makes the point veterans probably love Independence Day more than the average person. And Everett says it's relationships that get you through this, and preparing for it is the most important part.
If you are a loved one of someone who is struggling with this, it's very important for you to understand where they are. And then it's very important for you to be able to have, help them understand where they are. Because, you know, you're not back in Iraq, you're here. And you're around people who love you and who care about you. So it's very important to have that conversation before, during, and after to make sure that that person is aware of who they are and where they are, and that they're around people who love them, not people who are there to harm them.
As a reminder for anyone who may be having struggles around this holiday, one resource, VOC, Veterans Outreach Center. You can also call 988, the National Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. Everett says his coping skills are in place, and a big part of that will be spending the day with his family. Yeah, appreciate him sharing that story.
Of course. And you know, the VOC just opened their late hours facility, which is great because a lot of those fireworks starting around 10 p.m. when a lot of other services are closed.
We'll have all that coming up tomorrow.
Yes.
Here's the day on the 3rd, James.
Yeah, happy Friday to everybody that are kicking off their weekend now. 70s for most. We'll finish near 90 degrees this afternoon. Storms fire up late in the day.
We'll talk more about that and the latest news updates at 7:25. That's in 30 minutes.
Have a great day.
Follow News 8 wherever you are on RochesterFirst.com, Facebook, Twitter, and on our app for news and weather.